Now, let me do it because she won't do it briefly. Okay. I'm Barry Alexander. This is Carolyn Alexander.
Carolyn okay. Sue Alex. No, okay. Middle initial. Okay. My maiden name is Shepherd. Okay. But I am an Alexander for 36 years.
Told you she couldn't keep it short. We met one night. We met September 19th, 1970. After my band, the band I was in, had done a gig. She had come to the show. I didn't know she was at the show. And a friend of mine invited me out with them. And after some encouragement, I decided to go. We ended up at Denny's. She was sitting down at the table. I didn't see her, okay? But after about maybe 30 minutes or so, I heard her say, I gotta go call my dad. And when she got up, and when I still hadn't seen her yet, when she got up, all I saw go by was a blue dress. And
skirt.
Okay, from where I was sitting, it was a dress. Okay, all I know is I just saw the blue go by, and I felt her heat from her body, and I fell in love with her right then. And then when she came back, we got up to let her go sit back in, and when our friend, once she got by my friend, I scooted around behind him and got between him and her. I sat in, and we've been together ever since. Her family-style barbecue in Merced was the most popular.
Uncle Richard, he was one of the ones that, when I was a little girl, that would have a white apron on and he barbecued. Right. And I guess they seen my mama liked it to eat, you know, to do things like that. And so he taught her how to cook it, but she knew how to cook already. She wanted to open a business, so my grandparents then built her one. Wasn't big, you know. Yep. It wasn't, but it was a bar, and then it had the place where my mother had her. She cooked, and all of us kids, we helped.
You got to know something about Merced. Merced, in 1969, literally had the railroad tracks that divided the town. Okay, so on one side you had middle income and upper income. Okay, and on the other side you had lower middle income and lower income, and the worlds were definitely apart. So the Texas style was on the west side of the tracks, and the southern style was on the east side of the tracks. But most everybody would go to the east side of the tracks to get the barbecue, because that's where the southern style barbecue was. And you know, for the holidays, you go get the Texas style because it's a hearty flavor, it goes with the beer and all that good stuff. But when you just wanted to eat some barbecue, you went over to her family's place and you got barbecue.
My mother, she was just such a sweet lady, and she loved everybody. And when she found,
and she could cook.
People from the Bay Area would come eat her food. Yeah. I learned what I could from her. I said, Mom, I said, you know, people love your food and the way you cook. I said, you can't die with that. I said, I want to learn everything you did. She said, you do. And I said, I'm going to start coming over. I said, I don't know how long. I said, if I need some help, I'll call you or we do it together. I said, I want to make it with you. And so one day I went over, she called me, she said, I'm going to make some sauce. I said, okay, I'll be there. But sitting down watching her cook it as a kid, it just all came back to me. I must have been about 7, 8, 9, watching her make it. And it just came all to me. I made it. You talking about good.
It really was. You know, a lot of people aren't going to believe this, but if you ask any of the older folks, they'll tell you. They used to come from Sacramento, Los Angeles. When I was in the service down in Merced, it's 125 miles away. From Fresno, Merced, Turlock, everybody came to Oakland to party. When I first came here in '71, Oakland was a barbecue haven. There was Walker's Barbecue, and then of course it was KC Barbecue that's still down on San Pablo.
Right.
Everett and Jones was a fledgling place. Flint's was among the big places to go. Yeah. And Flint's, you know, Flint's has always had okay barbecue. Well, I hear differently now, but at one time it had okay barbecue.
It had okay.
And the thing that made Flint's big was that its location. It was on 30th, around 30th and San Pablo.
In the 70s.
Which was right smack in the middle of Tim Country.
Get on up, get on up, get up, get on up, get up.
It used to be a time when tourists came here and used to go hang out on San Pablo to look at the prostitutes, because they were prostitutes, but they were gorgeous.
They were dressed nice.
Yeah,
classy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They dressed classy. the pimps, because Flint's was open late nights, especially during Friday, Saturday night, you could go down to Pimps and you'd see 1 or 2 big name pimps down there. And if you were considered yourself a player, you ended up down there.